Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas! What a beautiful day to be at Liquid Lunch. Now, I thought I'd come down from the North Pole and wish John a Merry Christmas. He's not here, of course. So they asked me to fill in. I'm Naughty Santa, and I'll be here for the duration. Quite the show we have ahead for you. Now, up at the North Pole, we watch Liquid Lunch all the time. Today I'm drinking Jack Daniels in honor of John, the host of this show. And I hope you'll join me with a Christmas cocktail. Delicious. Now, I started mentioning earlier that one of our Liquid Lunch elves out there, Amal, often sends in quite funny things. And she had mentioned that in New York you can't have a certain amount of people over your house. And due to the governor's overreaching, arbitrary and capricious rulings here in Staten Island with no teeth, they're not actually laws, but due to this, apparently the New York City Sheriff's Department has the right to barge into your home and pull away your family members if you are over 10 people. And up at the North Pole, we were getting quite the laugh out of it, and we were wondering if this law, this new rule where the sheriffs will come and remove your family, we were wondering if this was a threat or a promise, because I was joking with Mrs. Claus, saying I'd love to set up an appointment for like 8:30 so that we can get Uncle Vito and all of the Santas from around the world the hell out of our house. It would look quite good. It wouldn't even look like we asked them to leave, and we were sick of them. So all of you out there, if you are violating the governor's edict, which has no teeth at all, there's really no merit to it. It wasn't passed by a legislature or anything like that. But if you are having more than 10 people, when you call and tell them that you have more people than 10 at your house and you wish for them to come and remove 3 or 4 people, give them the descriptions of the folks you would like to have removed so that you can get down to 10. You know, your mother-in-law or your sister-in-law. It could be your brother. It could be your Biden fan friend or some boyfriend or girlfriend that is a leftist liberal. Pout. Bang the table, shout like you're so opposed to this, and then wave a big bye-bye as you bring out the main course. And right here in Staten Island, by the way, it's the most Italian-American congressional district, so I'm sure for Christmas Eve, many people will be doing the Feast of the 7 Fishes. And some of the family members may not make it to the 3rd fish, if you know what I mean. So anyway, moving along here. I'm new at this, but today is Christmas Eve, and usually all the festivities on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day are left to me, Santa. But of course, down in Washington, D.C., otherwise known as the Swamp, the mayor of Washington, D.C. apparently thinks he is Santa Claus. And she is Santa Claus. My apologies. They are Santa Claus. I don't know what she's identifying as today with all these new rules. But the D.C. mayor, Muriel Bowser, has declared Christmas Eve Dr. Anthony S. Fauci Day. So this seems to me the nation's top infectious disease master, who has been wrong more than right. He gave Donald Trump many contradicting ideas on the pandemic from the beginning. He had predicted there could be 2 million deaths, and he's been quite the servant of this country, and it certainly seems that he is well endowed in his bank accounts now that Moderna came up with a vaccine, and America's buying it from them for billions of dollars. So he's doing well. I'm not quite sure where Muriel Bowser thinks she can come off and name a day after someone on Christmas Eve. These are my days, Muriel. And we will not be celebrating Anthony Fauci Day at the North Pole. That I can tell you for sure. In fact, you know, many of the songs out there about Christmas and stuff, and when you're telling the little kiddies if they're not good all year long, they're going to get coal under the tree instead of presents and all that stuff. With people like Anthony Fauci, I'll let you in a little secret here, folks, because this is a little bit more of an adult show. sometimes when someone's been super naughty, coal is just not enough. It doesn't send the right signal. It's just easily scooped up and thrown away or into the fire. So with the really, really naughty folks, that's where Santa's bipolar side comes in. And naughty Santa goes down the chimneys in those very, very naughty boys like Anthony Fauci. And what we do up at the North Pole is we do a lot of recycling, we do a lot of environmentally safe things to keep the universe good, so when I'm riding in the sleigh, there's not all this sludge flying around. And one of them is we warehouse and package the manure from the reindeers. And we use it all year long. We use it for fertilizer. We use it to grow psychedelic mushrooms, which are legal up in the North Pole. And we put a certain amount aside every year for those who deserve worse than coal. And what I do is I load up a paper bag, and I'll just, this is a number of letters I've been receiving from all over the world and all over the country with all the good kids out there, but about this side sack, a nice paper bag, and we load it up with a nice healthy dose of Christmas cheer for those naughty boys. Nice brown paper bag full of reindeer turd, and what we do is not just leave it there so it can be picked up and thrown away. After I've come in and give the good boys and girls in the house what they deserve, when whoever was the naughty, as I go up the chimney, I drop the bag of turd into the fireplace and make sure that their entire house is reminded, at least for Christmas Day, that they should be good next year and they will not have a bag of reindeer turd thrown in their fireplace. But we progress. Anthony Fauci, Merry Christmas and God bless you and your family and all, but you've been naughty, and that's not what we like here at the North Pole. Now, this year, I might add, I have a much shorter stay here in New York. That's why I had a little time on my hands to fill in for this moron, because people are fleeing from New York City. And I've watched leaders since the beginning of time lead with power and integrity and for the people. And Andrew Cuomo in New York, and Gavin Newsom in California, and many other states, Gretchen Whitmer in Michigan, she's getting some reindeer turd. We find out that I have much less deliveries this year in New York due to Andrew Cuomo's feckless leadership. And the newest census finds out that more people are fleeing New York for the freedoms and liberties and lower taxes of other states. So unfortunately for this year, it'll be much slower than it's been over the years. And a bunch of Republicans were doing some dancing. I guess they know Mike Pence is going to step to the forefront. And this is a very, very good girl, Vicky Palladino from the Whitestone Republican Club. A maskless conga line went viral. Adults, Vicky says, have the right to make their own decisions. And boy, do I agree with that. And the only people they really have to answer to are God. And around Christmas, me, Santa. We'll take a quick break and we'll come back and mix it up like John always does. We'll serve it up with a twist right after this.